Welcome back to our class of social media boost to get viral. In this class, I'm going to be showing you an example of adding animations to your design. So I'm going to be making a commercial, or I'm also going to be making a poster, which will help you to understand that how animation gets the attention of your target audiences. So without any further ado, let's hop opening up Canva. You can also open up any like specific platform or social media platform to get an idea. And also you can like try other websites too on your web browser to also search up for design motivations. So I'm also going to be getting my resources from pixels.com, and I'm also going to be showing you a couple other sites from where you'll be able to get royalty free content and also use it for your own work and your own project. So without any further ado, let's just open up our web browser first on our device. As you can see on my screen that I have opened up Google Chrome. Now from here, I'm going to go off to pixels.com. I'm just going to go off to home. And from here, I will be able to take whichever photo I want. So from here, maybe I want, let's say, ramen. Okay. So I'm going to be making something which is going to be like this from the top. And I want it to work a bit different. So I'm going to be making something which will actually look good with the whole thing. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to search for something which is from the top like this. Like this also looks good. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to click on free download, and I'm going to wait for a bit until this has been downloaded on my device. And if you want to search for more, there's going to be a lot more of these resources which you'll be able to take. And whatever I'll be using, or whatever resource I'll be using in this class, I'm going to attach it with my resource folder. If you need help, if you want to work with those resources, you'll be able to work with that. Now let's go off to our next site, which is called Pixabay. So that is basically for music, but we can also go off to unsplash.com. So unsplash.com is also royalty free. So from here, maybe I'm going to search in for ramen, hit on enter, and you can also search for whatever you want. So let's say something like this also looks good. I'm going to click on and I'm going to download it up on my device. This one also looks quite good. I'm going to download this up. So whichever actually looks good, I'm going to be using that. So I'm going to download a couple of these. And obviously I'm going to go off to the next one. And you can also go off to free pick. It's also royalty free, but there are a couple of photos which you'll find out, or a couple of elements which you'll find out which is not free. You have to like get a subscription. So make sure to keep that thing in mind. Maybe if I search in for ramen and hit on enter, and if I just click on search, it will give me images. There are also different type of formats of files which you'll be able to download. Okay. So these are the three sites which I most of the time use to get my own resources. There are like a lot of graphics too, and whatever icon is available on these, they are basically premium. Are you gonna need like, specific subscription to download them? Okay. So let's just minimize this and let's go off to our Canva. On my screen, you can see that I have opened up Canva. And from here, I'm going to be making my animation type of commercial or animation type of poster. So first thing, what we have to do is that we are going to be making, let's say, something very post-centric or social media centric. So for this class, I'm going to go off on click on social media, and you can use something like a Facebook ad or Facebook story or Instagram story, whichever one you prefer. But you can also use like specific portrait option of Instagram and then make one on your own. But I'm going to be making one just as something like a story or maybe like an ad. So you can try using that if you want to. So I'm just going to click on this over here, Facebook story, allow me to use the whole page. So basically, when you are making a motion graphic type of post, I would suggest you that just upload it as a highlight or maybe as a story, not as like is going to stay all the time. But you can also use this story preset on your post too, so that it's totally fine. Okay. First thing, what we need to do is we have to go off to uploads, click on upload file, and I'm going to go off to downloads over here, and I'm going to upload. I've downloaded right now. So all of them are ramen bowls. So I'm going to do is going to make a couple of these pages, and I'm going to apply each and every one of them on each and every one of these platforms. And then I'm going to work. Now, another thing, what we have to do is that we have to search up for the element, or which is going to be our background for our main page. but it also depends on which photo we're using. So let's just take a couple of these photos. Let's just keep it over here. This also looks really good. So click on edit image, BG remover, wait for a bit until the background has been removed from this specific photo. And obviously we're going to be adding more so you don't have to worry about it. So there we go. We have the first, we have the second, increase up the size. There we go. Click on edit image, BG remover, wait for a bit. Let's go off to the next page over here. Obviously we're going to need another page over here. Okay. There we go. Two of them has been removed. We can also try using this. And see, this one also looks like really good. So instead of having all of them like removed the background, what we can do is that we can just take one, whichever one we like. So let's just see if this one looks good. Okay, this doesn't look good by me. So I'm just going to do is going to be removing this. There we go. Remove. This one also looks like really good. So I'm going to be either using this or that. So I'm going to just remove this. Let's just remove this. Okay. This one looks really good. Reduce up the size. There we go. Reduce up the corners. Click on edit image, BG remover, and then you have to just wait for a bit until the background has been removed because the rest of the stuffs are going to be edited right after the background has been removed, and we're going to need all of that space. Okay, so we have that, and now we're going to go off over here on our second page, and I'm going to apply myself up a background. So here I'm going to search in for Japanese ramen backgrounds. So I'm going to go off the graphics or photo, whichever one you prefer. We can also go off the graphics. There we go. We have a couple of these graphics which we'll be able to work with. And go down. I'm going to go off the photos. And on photos, basically all of them are ramen. So I'm just going to do is going to be Japanese background. Let's say I'm going to do is going to be using one of them over here. But I want something that is like really subtle. So maybe something like this, but yeah, okay, this works. There we go. So this is going to be my background. I'm going to take this over here. There we go. Reduce up the size just a bit. Keep this at the center, which is going to be very important. Now, if you don't want to work with it, you can also apply something else. It's totally fine. Maybe we can put in something which is something like this. Right click on it, background. Now if we just remove this, there we go. We have something like this. Detach, delete. We can also try something else, maybe like this. Right click, set as background. Okay, this one looks a lot better. So if I just press on Control Z, if I just take it right over here, there we go. Click on position, layers, take this at the top. There we go. Looks really better. Now, what I can do is also edit the image every time, like anytime I want to. Let's say I'm going to go off the duotone. From here, I'm going to do is just apply a bit of customization on it. So if I go off to custom, I'm going to click on this. Okay, this one should stay white, but the shadows should stay like red or maybe like, looking a lot more better. Let's just say I'm going to click on none and keep it just the way it is. So if you want something like which is going to pop this, bowl in the background, you have to use something which actually looks kind of good. Now this, you can try out whichever one looks good. Now this, obviously. Okay, this one looks really good. So I'm going to right click on it, set image as background. There we go. I'm going to go off the position, arrange, center. There we go. We have this, right click on it. What you're going to do is going to be fixing up the transparency just a bit. There we go. Now I'm going to put in my text. So over here, I'm going to click on add text box. And obviously I'm going to go over here and then I'm going to change out the way it looks like. I'm gonna need something which actually looks along with this, not graffiti, not black letter. Let's just go off over here, click on Japanese, and I'm gonna apply something Japanese over here. Just gonna keep on going down. We have like a lot of these fonts to use. There we go. This is what I'm going to be using. Double click on this. So I'm gonna put in like authentic ramen. Click on effect, lift it up, or maybe I'm gonna apply a bit of outline to it. If it doesn't look good, we can obviously change up the font anytime we want. I suggest something like a bit thicker, which is going to look a bit thick. Okay, something like this is going to be good. Now we can go off the effects, and what I'm gonna do is going to be applying a bit of curve. There we go. Click on that, and obviously increase up the size just a bit. There we go. Authentic ramen. Or you can also click on this, go off the position, and you can fix it center. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do is going to be going off the elements, and now I'm going to search in for round shadow. Hit on enter, go off the graphics, and I'm going to be using this. Apply it, position it, go off the position, center. I'm going to take it to back. There we go. We have the shadow again. Go off the layers again, Control D, another copy, keep it at the bottom. So it just looks better and also just, makes it look the photo just looks a bit more real then. Now, as we have our shadow, we also have our text. I'm just going to take it a bit at the top. Now, what I'm going to do is going to be applying animations to each and every one of them. So we have authentic ramen. Go off the text again. Okay, let's just copy this. Okay, let's just put something which is obviously going to get a lot of reach. So maybe something like, let's say, free toppings every Tuesday. I'm going to take this over here. There we go. I'm going to go off to effects, go off to curve, reduce up the size. There we go. We have both of our text. Now I'm going to click on this again, go off to effects. I'm going to also apply a bit of, let's say, shadow to it. Okay, lift looks better, but we can also apply a bit of outline to it. So I'm going to reduce up the thickness just a bit so that it is just visible. Authentic ramen, free topping every Tuesday. Now, one thing I'm going to do is going to be applying a bit of animation to it. So I'm going to go off the position first, select it up, go off the animates, and then you're going to search in for rotate. Okay, and you can see how good it actually looks like. I'm going to click on this, I'm going to animate it, and you can use these options like pan, fade, or whatever you want. So let's say maybe I also need something like a typewriter. This also looks good. This also looks good. I can also use shift. You can use merge, block, burst. Clarify. Okay, so from here, I'm going to be using this typewriter, which also looks really good. And this one, I'm also going to be using something like this. Maybe like roll, clarify. Okay, I'm also going to need something like this, which is also going to look good. There we go. Authentic ramen, free toppings every Tuesday. Then we have to put in a bit of logo. Let's say I'm just going to use a restaurant logo. There we go. Let's just apply this just in case. You can use this as an example. It's not something like you have to use something very like perfect. Let's just use this just in case. There we go. Authentic ramen, free toppings every Tuesday. And obviously you can also put in more text, which I'm going to do right now. One thing I'm going to be doing is going to be reducing this part just a bit so that I can apply more elements because we did not put in the name of the shop. So I'm going to take this just a bit at the bottom. It's all about hierarchy, so you have to keep that thing in mind. There we go. Perfect. And now I'm going to do is put in the name over here. So maybe I'm going to do is going to be putting in the logo right over here. I'm just going to go off, apply another text. I'm just going to go off to effects, click on none, none over here. Let's say Asian pan. Click on this. I'm just going to increase up this size. And obviously I'm going to go off over here and I'm going to do is going to be fixing the line spacing. Let's just go a bit to the top. Click on that. There we go. I'm going to keep it right over here. And here I'm going to do is also going to take it at the middle. So arrange it, center, perfect. Click on that. Position, center. Okay, there we go. We have both of them ready. Just I'm going to do is going to be changing up the colors. So I can use something like this, maybe this. This one looks better. Asian pan. So I'm going to do is going to be changing up the font, Control A, and go over here and select up whichever one you want. Maybe something like this. There we go. So we have both of them ready. I'm going to group them up, Control G. And here what I'm going to do is also going to animate them. I want it to pan or maybe rise like this, whichever one you prefer. So use neon. Neon looks good. There we go. Okay. You can use whichever one you want because the flicker is also right. Okay, looks quite good. I'm just going to take all of these. I'm going to group them up. And now if I play it, you can also press on Control Z to undo the process of each and every one. Now you have to first off play it up. Okay, so if you can see this is how it works. So I'm just going to play the page. I'm going to remove this. This is how it looks like. Okay. Or apply more elements. Let's say Japanese. Now I'm going to need a background. So I'm going to go off to graphics. And over here, I'm going to apply a couple of these things, which is going to make it look a lot more better. You can also take it right over here. Rotate it, animate, and I'm going to pan each and every one of them. I'm going to make it slower. This one too, I'm going to pan it a lot more slower. There we go. Go off over here. I'm going to search in for Japanese background again. Go off the graphics, and I'm going to apply a couple of elements over here. Maybe like this. I'm going to take this at the bottom. I'm going to change up the color to white. Go off to this transparency, reduce it up. And obviously, I'm going to apply animation to this one too. Pan it really slow. There we go. Now, if we play, you can see this is how it looks like. You can also apply more animations. You can apply like more stuff to it. Okay, it's you how you want to work with it. Okay, so now you basically know about how much important it is when you make a motion animation or motion poster or motion content when you want to get reach and you have to get viral. Okay. So thank you for watching this video up till the very end and hope you understood about everything in this class. Then what you can basically do is save this up, download it, use it anytime you want to. And if you still have any confusion or any question, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. So without any further ado, let's move on to our next class of social media boost to get viral.